Hello and welcome to Train Sim World 3, where today we are gonna be exploring the brand new Glossop line. So I'm really excited to have a look at this. I've already driven one service and there is a video coming, so please do be sure to look out for that. But I will give you my thoughts as we go along, and hopefully you get to enjoy the Class 323, obviously in its northern livery, so looking very nice. But first things to do is set up the train, of course. So I think that's pretty much everything good to go. The service that we're running at the moment will be from Hadfield all the way to Manchester. So hopefully you enjoy this one. If you do, don't forget to hit that like button. It really is appreciated, and also consider subscribing. So hopefully you enjoy this one. But yes, we are... Oh no, I beg your pardon. We are currently situated at Glossop. I've pressed the wrong service, but never mind. We'll do Glossop to Manchester. But that nicely brings me on to, I guess, one of my little bugbears actually with this route is that the service from Hadfield to Manchester is actually split into two parts on the timetable, which means it's you don't get that full end-to-end run in a single service. You have to do it in two parts, and it is an absolute nightmare. It should just be one continuous run for everyone to enjoy, not have to break the immersion when the service finishes, and then go back into free roam. So a little bit disappointed in that, if I have to be honest. It should be just one, because it is ultimately Manchester to Hadfield via Glossop. So that's my initial bit of feedback. I'll let you make your mind up on what you think of Manchester, and I can talk a little bit more about it. Obviously, talk about my thoughts when we get there, and yeah, hopefully it should be a good run. So we'll do this run initially from Glossop to Manchester, and then I really want to try the Class 158, see what that's like on this route, because there is just the one service. And also maybe some of the other services that we've got. So there are a couple other layers such as freight, and also perhaps a depot service. And I might show you the as well the very short run from Hadfield to Glossop, or Glossop to Hadfield, whichever way around. So we've got this very quick exit from Glossop. And we'll be coming straight into Dinting, because now we need to be slowing. But the beauty of this Class 323 is that its brakes are really quite phenomenal. So yeah, we do scrub the speed off nice and quickly. Already down to 25. Let's look at this Northern 323. You can see it's a little bit different livery. Oh, that was terrible use of the horn there. So we've got Dinting coming up in just a couple of 100 yards. And then I will give you, while we're stopped at Dinting, although it will be a pretty short stop, because the timetable for this is pretty tight, I have to say. You've got to try and keep to time. So there's the 10-mile-an-hour post, which will slow for. As you see, it's 10 miles an hour as we go off to the left here. And yeah, we'll be stopping here at Dinting. Should we slow here a little bit? Little bit of power to keep us going. look out for our stop marker, which is somewhere, got to be somewhere around here, surely. Let's start to slow it down anyway as we roll into Dinting, and yeah, I think that will be fine for where we want to stop. We're already running about 40 seconds late, so oh dear. But yes, you can see Dinting station, which is very much in a V. So you've got the platform that comes down from, I guess, down from Hadfield, but I don't think actually many services stop there. Yeah, you've just got a very late service at almost midnight, so this platform isn't actually used that often. You can see we don't stay here at Dinting very long, and that's pretty common throughout the route. We've got just short stopping times at each of the stations, and up next is Broadbottom, but we will be going over Glossop Viaduct, so pretty cool to see. There we go, and we will be coming on to Glossop Viaduct. If I get myself out of it, where am I? I'm going the wrong way. Lost myself in the bush there. There we go. Nice big football pitch there. So this is Glossop Viaduct. As soon as we're out, we get to speed up, so we'll start to speed up as we go across the viaduct. There we go, and you've got another class 323 actually waiting to enter into Dinting, so that's pretty cool to see that you know, another service there awaiting the path to get into Dinting and probably next Glossop. There we go, we can get up to 60 now, and our next stop will be at Broadbottom. Really does pick up speed nice and quickly, this class 323. We'll just ease off the power here, as I'm pretty sure our approach to Broadbottom is actually there is a bridge just before which we have to go 40 over of. So the route length itself is about 13 miles in total, so not the longest of routes. Actually, and we need to be slowing for that 40 now. The bridge coming up, which is nicely in notch on a brake. We can perfect. And I will find an opportunity to walk through the route map, but as soon as we're coming into a station, we'll focus on actually slowing. There it goes, we go across this viaduct, and here we have Broadbottom, which has got a pretty fantastic station building. Clearly from when this route was the Truewood headline and didn't just stop at Hadfield. There we go. Coming in the station. We're running about a minute behind, so we'll need to try and make that up. Can see our stop marker just down there on the lamppost there. Perfect, and unlock those doors. So as I was saying, pretty impressive station building here. Looks pretty nicely modelled. Nice, lot of passengers milling about. So you can see we're already ready to lock these doors. We don't hang around for long at stations. And away we go, we're ready to depart. So our next stop will be Hattersley, and that is in just 1 mile. So, quick overview of the map. We've got Glossop here on the right hand side where the cursor is. We've got Dinting, where obviously where we just came around. Up to the north we have Hadfield itself, and then we've got the line that then takes us all the way into Manchester Piccadilly. We've got Guidebridge here, which is a bit of a goods yard, and we've got Ardwick. I'm not really sure what we call it. Is it a TMD? I'm not really sure, but there are depot runs to and from. Other than we are currently on the way to Manchester Piccadilly. We're about to be stopping in Hattersley, and we've come from Glossop. So as you can see along the map, we're about a third away along the route. We should be in oh, we need to be slowing. Max brakes here. I'm going to go past. We should be in Manchester Piccadilly within about... Oh, I've gone far too... There's no way I'm sticking on the end of the platform here. Well, I might. This is pretty spectacular. Although we've kept one... I'll take it. We've kept one door. Ignore my terrible driving. But it just shows how good those brakes are on the 323. That is a terrible miss. Right, well, forget about that. We'll pretend that never happened, and our next stop will be Godley in 0.8 of a mile. See, it happens to the best of us. There we go. So Godley next, 0.6 of a mile to say. We should be there we need to be there in just 1 minute. Not making the mistake of overrunning again. What are my opinions of it so far? I hate the timetable. The fact that the run from Hadfield via Glossop and then to Manchester is split into 2 parts. Manchester Piccadilly is... I see what they've tried to do. They've tried to use the 323 as much as possible to make Manchester Piccadilly feel as busy as it can be, but it's still quite noticeable that it's obviously not, you know, having any really sort of two rolling stock, different rolling stock running into that station. Obviously with the class 158 from Midland Main Line, it just doesn't feel quite right. But the rest of the run from Manchester to Glossop and Hadfield is pretty nice actually. It's a nice transition from the sort of urban feel to countryside, which is quite nice. So I guess overall a little bit on the fence with it. I think it probably best picked up in a decent sale. So next up, Newton for Hyde, but this one is, you've got these clump stations that are very close together. I've got a yellow here. go, running into Newton for Hyde next. Coming in nicely. Can we see the stop marker? Is it here somewhere? I don't see it anywhere. Guess we'll just run up close to the end of the platform. I'll unlock those doors. Let's jump outside. See the class 323. Got to wait around for a little bit longer. Would I recommend it? Yes, in a sale. I think once you've done the run from Manchester to Glossop and Hadfield and back again, are you going to see too many variants like along the way? No, probably not. I would definitely pick it up in a sale. But the 323 is fantastic, but if you already got Birmingham Cross City, I'm sure you're very familiar with that already. So Flowery Field next. So we need to start slowing again. We've just got this clump of stations that are all very close together. Ship will continue to brake. And this is Flowery Field. There we go, open those doors. I'm yet to play the guard mode, so obviously that's the first time we'll have seen guard mode in Train Sim World. I will have a video of that tomorrow, so do look out for that if you want to see what the guard mode is like. I'm intrigued to see what it's like and whether it would be good on other routes in the future. And away we go. So Guide Bridge next, 1.7 miles. We've got a little bit of run now. Pretty sure we run through quite a few stations that we don't actually stop at. I think there is a station just to our left here that obviously... What station is this? Oh, can we even get there? Yes. What station is it? Hyde North. Interesting. Let's jump back in the cab. So start to get the feel that we're getting closer to Manchester. Start to see a lot more buildings, and that's the AWS warning that we need to be slowing for the 40. But we can be quite gentle on the brake-in. Got a little way to go yet. Especially how good these brakes are. Continue to slow now. You can see obviously at one point this looks like it was probably quad tracked. So So this is Guide Bridge, where we've got a bit of a goods yard, which we'll try and do a little bit of exploring once we come to a stop. Keep it running up to our stop point. Can we see our stop marker anywhere? Doesn't look like it, so we'll run down towards the end of the platform. And let's unlock those doors. Right, let's run up here towards Guide Bridge and let's see what we can see. So in fact we can see the railhead treatment train tankers. We've got a class 66, and over here we've got quite interestingly, we've got two 66s, one hauling a Reagan Mark II coaches and another with the DB Schenker hoppers. So that's pretty cool to see. There's a couple of locos stabled up here. Pretty nice to see a bit of freight. Obviously another 66. We've got some container wagons as well. So I think it'd be quite cool to run a freight service out of Guide Bridge and towards Manchester. But yeah, looks pretty cool. And in fact, we've got another 323 in the station at Guide Bridge here with us. It's just coming to a stop, but we need to be departing. And away we will go. Starting to see us pick up a little bit of speed, and we'll jump back in the cab, where we'll be permitted to get back up to 60. So it's nice to see Guide Bridge pretty busy. The layers to get those locos in that we've just seen are, I believe, Southeastern High Speed for the Class 66. You also have the railhead treatment train add-on for the tankers, and there are services that you can run. I think it's Great Western Express for the DB Schenker hoppers, red hoppers that we saw, and then Northern Transpennine for the Mark II coaches. So there's quite a few add-ons there that you'll need to own to get all of the layers. But we've now got 3 miles to Ashbury's. We can explore a little bit more the map as we get closer. Looks like we've got something. This looks like we've got some kind of freight train there weighed in, so we hopefully catch a glimpse of that as we head into Manchester. Let me know what your thoughts are. Be interested to hear your thoughts on the route so far. So this is one of the stations we don't stop at, we just pass through. Certainly should get a lot more interesting as we get closer to Manchester, and you should see a lot more traffic, and we can explore Manchester Piccadilly, that's for sure. So Ashbury's in 1.3 miles, and yet another station we don't stop at. There's quite a few like that. So it's 2 trains per hour, and so I believe they're sort of half-hourly services. Running on a quad track here. See, we've got a few more of those red DB wagons to our right hand side there. and we need to be slowing for the 40 and also our approach to Ashbreeze. Got another line converging here. That AWS warning was for the 40, but we won't be needing to slow because we'll be actually coming for a stop here, and it's very nice. We can see a bit of freight actually, class 66. That's pretty cool to see. So jump into it's a fairly long rake of wagons it's hauling there. Still going. There we go, start to lock those doors. And we are ready to depart. That's very nice to see a bit of freight along the run here. So there's the marker for 40. So remember, we are under 40, running under a 40 mile an hour speed limit now. So that freight came around from the right there, which is I'm not sure where that heads to. So we'll be heading for our final stop, which will be Manchester Piccadilly, although we've got 10 minutes to get there, which I'm quite surprised about, given that it's just 1.1 miles to go, unless we will get held up with some adverse signals. Don't know. Quite nice to be held to allow, you know, perhaps another train in or out of the station. And we've got Ardwick, I guess, depot, not sure what it is, with a 3T3 stabled in it there. It's nice to see. Let's see, we're under 35 limit now, but we'll be going down to a 25 shortly. You can just about make out Manchester Piccadilly in the distance there. So we'll start to slow for the 25. What else can we see? Looks like we've got another 323 leaving. It's nice to see Piccadilly from another viewpoint, actually, instead of leaving it but coming into it this time. We will be here ridiculously early though. There's the 25, which we're well under. What else can we see here as we take the set points? Actually, we need to be slowing even further for the 15 here. I think there's a rail tour, if I'm not much mistaken. Yeah, we've got a rail tour service here. So the class 47 with just one tail light, which is a bit odd. But what else? Have we got anything on the end here? With a class 20. That's very cool. So that 20 is from Tees Valley. That's pretty cool to see. It's something a little bit different. I'm pretty sure that's that is also actually drivable. I'm pretty certain, that rail tour. Whether we can finish this service and perhaps go and jump straight over to it and give that a bit of a whirl, perhaps. Or we'll do a bit of freight. Let me know what you'd like to see next. Or the Class 158, of course. That's another option. There we go. Roll up to our stopping point, which feels about fine. Let's unlock these doors. Can we see when this is due out? No, it's not on the timetable. It's not on the PIS there. So did we get that gold? Yeah, of course we did. Let's return to the timetable and I can show you what's available. So as I was saying, the run from either end is split into two parts, which I'm really not a fan of. It's and actually, which service did we just do? It's a later service. So which one we just did? There it is. So you can see if we were to have done the Hadfield to Glossop bit, it would have been an 8-minute service, and then you would have to have gone back to roaming to get the service that we've just done, which is just ridiculous. So we've got some suggestions for rail tour. So interestingly, that 47 isn't on here, so perhaps we can't drive the 47, but we've got the option of the 37. These are drive this special service. Okay, we've got 37, the 40, the 20. What can we do with the 20 here? So Piccadilly to Ashbury's or Guidebridge to Manchester Piccadilly. I reckon we'll go with the... Well, what else have we got? The Class 40. That's from Manchester to Hyde North. So that was that. I think we'd do that. Let's do it in June. Let's put it to light clouds. And we'll drive the Class 40 next. Out from, I think it was out from Manchester to Hyde North. I can't remember. Yeah. We're starting off at Manchester. Let's get things set up. And brakes down to first application, and we'll unlock the doors. Can we get AWS unisolated? Nice. I think we are ready to go. So they can see our Class 40. And it's actually a great opportunity to show the Class 158 in the station. That's pretty cool. So this is obviously from Midland Main Line. It's really quite nice. Nice to see it in the full car formation as well. Of course, we've got the Class 323 here. Very nice. And on the back of our rail tour, we've got a 47 as well. Though I'd say we've got no tail lights on, but never mind. I'm not going to run all the way down to close it. Obviously, we've got the Mark II coaches behind us, and there goes the 158 actually. I have to say, Manchester Piccadilly does look fantastically modelled. Just needs some more modern units, that's for sure. So let's look at our run. So we're literally not stopping anywhere, straight to Hyde North. Let's close those doors. AWS holding us up here? We've still got the interlock on. Interesting. There we go, it's come off now. We'll run without AWS, always never get it to work properly. On the 40, there we go. Brake pressure down. Throttle on. And away we go for Hyde North. We've got two 323s coupled together to our left there. It's nice to see. Nice to see it in the sun sort of going down, sort of in the golden hour. We'll wait to. We're such a long rail tour here that it takes a while to be able to speed up to clear the speed board. But yeah, there's our 47 behind us as we depart from Manchester Piccadilly in the, I would say, definitely the golden hour. Actually, we can get up to 45 by the looks of it. Get a real bit of pace in. Let's go for a bit of a thrash. Beautiful, love that, that sunlight on the 40 here. We should be running at 35, but going across these points, which is fine. We're only doing 30. No drama at all, and you can see we will be going into a 40, so we can get the power back on in just a moment. There we go, we're permitted to get back up to 40. Yeah, the scenery does look pretty good, I have to say. See the VR blue in all its glory with a 323 past it as well. So we've got 4.9 miles to go to Hyde North, where this rail tour will be passed on to the next driver. Back to going 60, you can see we're just passing that signpost there. It'll take us a while to make it all the way through. Certainly not going to hit 40 by the time it jumps up. Yeah, we're good. Continue accelerating. I'm not sure what the brakes are like on this, so it's going to be a voyage of discovery when we need to slow for Hyde North. much anymore. That's pretty cool. It's a nice relaxed run here. I think once we complete this run, I'd quite like to do a little bit of freight actually. Quite fun to do. And then to round things off, we'd jump back into class 323, I think. We are picking up speed, albeit very slowly. Three miles to go. We're cruising along nicely at 45. Pretty nice cab, I have to say. It's looking good. So we've got 2 miles to go. We've got plenty of time to get to Hyde North. I think we're going to be, we'll be arriving in quite early there. We do need to be slowing shortly for the 45, but I think we can just naturally do that by just coming off the power. Now that there's a 14 warning board we've just passed, so we'll just ease back on the power here. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of no, we'll start applying the brakes here. Bring us down to 40. Definitely running through the outskirts of Manchester here. This is Guide Bridge by the looks of it. Let's see what we can see off to the left here this time, if we've got anything else interesting. We've just got the Class 66 stabled up here. And then just some wagons. And we've got some more railhead treatment train tankers actually over there to the left by the looks of it. Pretty cool. We also need to be slowing for the 25, but in a mile's time, so let's put the power back on. Get a bit of speed up for now before we start slowing, which will be for the junction at Hyde North. Start to ease off the power now as we are approaching Hyde North. In fact, we will see a single yellow there. But because of the gradient, we're naturally scrubbing that speed off. There we go, there's that single yellow. Keep rolling along at 20. You can see we're at 25 because I'm surprised actually that feather wasn't illuminated. Because it should have indicated that we are... Oh, actually, we're probably not... Yeah, we probably... Yeah, we will be taking that set point. So, yeah, that seems like that's a little bit of bug there. We'll just not see that that feather on the signal illuminated to indicate we're going right here. See us sneaking through the set points here with our 47 at the rear. It's been a nice little run this from Piccadilly. We can come off the throttle now as we roll into our stopping point. And it's just going to be before the red signal that we see up ahead. So this is Hyde North, which you wouldn't normally stop at with the 323. Oh, actually we need to stop here, but never mind, we ran past it. That's fine. There we go. Oh, we got to wait. Why is it making us wait for 4 minutes? Right, let's jump out of here. Let's go and see what we can find to have a look at as we run up the route. I'm not waiting 4 minutes to just complete that service. I hate it when it does that. Actually, let's see what's on the what we can see on the map to go and have a look at. So we've got service just going into Dinting.
All our trains and stations are no smoking areas.
So we've got 323 coming back down.
Until you have left the station premises. This includes e-cigarettes.
Doesn't look like we've actually got too much to look at the moment. I expect where the action's all happening will be at Piccadilly. Oh, so we've got some time to kill here, unfortunately, because I want to complete that service. We'll admire the rail tour that we've got. And the Class 40, it's looking nice. I reckon we jump in, do a little bit of freight next, and then we'll finish things off with a run in the 323 from Piccadilly out to Glossop. I think that's quite a good exploration of the new Glossop line. Hopefully you're seeing enough to make a decision whether you want to get it or not. But personally speaking, yeah, it's nice. I think I'd recommend people probably to pick it up in a sale. Come on, we've got a minute and a half here. Just to hang around to finish this service. I don't know why it's making us wait. It's so poor. That lighting looks fantastic. I love this kind of golden hour that we get. So we can count down now, 50 seconds. And this this run might be finally over. We definitely got there far too quickly. Come on. It's almost over. There we go. What did we end up with? Just a silver. Ah, that's no good. No good at all. Right, let's jump back to the timetable. And let's pick a bit of freight. So 66, we want the Southeastern High Speed one. And Hyde North to Ashbury's no. Guide Bridge, up and down Parsonip to Ashbury's. What have we got? Another one. I'd quite like to go to Manchester Piccadilly, but I don't think from Guide Bridge to Manchester Piccadilly. Trafford Park, freight train. Shame there isn't one in the day. Got early morning one. Now we'll do it the other. Let's do it the other way round, and we'll do it in June. So there might be a little bit of light, but not much. And we'll see what the night lighting is like on this route. I think it's a good one to do next. So this is very much about freight in the dark. Allows us to get things set up. Headlights, they're already set to night. We'll turn instrument lights on. Turn them up to 100%. AWS, which we'll acknowledge. And I always forget where DSD, that's DSD. Perfect. And we'll start to bring... Oh, that's not set up correctly. Tut tut tut. I want brake, cut in. There we go. That should already be set up. I shouldn't have to do that. We'll leave a little bit of brake on so we don't start rolling. And let's see what we've got behind us. So we are some container wagons here. Quite a lengthy run this is with the container wagons. Nice to see we've got the red flashing light at the back there. Oven asks, what's your favourite station on this route? I think if we're talking just the station and its look, it's got to be Manchester Piccadilly for its, you know, just how awesome it looks. But in terms of busyness, it lets it down. interesting, like interest-wise, probably dinting. I think it's quite cool. It's interesting, you know, shape in that sort of V patterns. We've got a 323 passing by there. Though now we've got the green, so we're ready to go. So we need to stop at Guide Bridge. Interesting. Why is it getting us to stop at Guide Bridge? Hopefully getting a good feel for the night lighting of this route. Just bring the power down as we, so say, have to stop here. I'm intrigued. We've got a green light. So why are we stopping? This literally makes no sense. Oh, we've got to keep it running here. We're not quite at our stop location. Need to just run it a little bit further up. We'll wait for a moment. We're waiting. I have a green. Why are we waiting? What are we waiting for? Can we see anything on the map that we've got to wait for? You know, we're currently blocking the junction. We don't have anything in front of us because we know we've got the green. Why are we waiting for 5 minutes? What is going on with this timetable? How very bizarre. Why have we got a 5-minute wait at Guide Bridge and we've just had a 5-minute wait to complete a run in the rail tour? This timetable just keeps getting worse the more I play it. What have I... That is ridiculous. Well, here we go. We can have a look at Guide Bridge while we hang around for another 4 minutes. This literally makes no sense. Don't give me the signal if I haven't got a path, which clearly I should have, looking at the map here. There is literally nothing that should be stopping me. Really odd. Really, really odd. Let you admire the Class 66. It's good looking loco. We've still got to hang around here. It's so frustrating. No more services expected. Let's check out this one. Next service is not until 5 o'clock in the morning. And we're obviously 11:45. So these container wagons are from Great Western Express. Hi Nathan, how you doing? This has been a long 5-minute wait here for no reason at all. I don't know why we've got passengers here either when there are no services scheduled. So that's interesting. Let's jump back in the cab. So what, we'll bring the brake pressure down, I think. It's about there. So once this wait is over, we are ready to go. Keep the cab lights on so we can see the interior here. So finally 40 seconds and we could be finally about to be on our way. There's a collectible if anyone's interested. Bit of a flower plot in the shape of a bee. Finally, 3, 2, 1. We can go again. Hallelujah. As we start to pick up some speed, this must be a fairly heavy old load that we're hauling here. Go, finally put on where we can start to... Oh, I don't want to do... That is not what I wanted to press. Let's turn the parking brake off. Into notch 7 so we can really start to pick up some speed. Permitted to run at 40. Let's whack it into notch 8 and use the full power of this Class 66. And it's the MD engine. There we go, picking up speed now nicely. So we're going to be stopping at Manchester Piccadilly, platform 14. Don't think we're going to see much other traffic along the way, seeing as we're nearly midnight. But it will get us a really good look at the what the scenery is like at night. There's DSD, which we'll acknowledge. Actually, we're permitted to run up to 60, so we can continue to accelerate. coming through a station very shortly by the looks of it. See a glimmer of light ahead. I think my favourite train has to be the 323. I've always enjoyed driving it on Birmingham Cross City. It's nice to use it on a different route. Yeah, definitely the 323. There we go, nearly up to 60 already. We can start to ease back off the power. And we're speeding, so let's just lightly apply the brakes here, as we are going down a 1% gradient, so you need to keep our speed under control. There we go, we can ease off a bit here. Let the brakes off. We are fairly heavy load actually, so we got to remember that as we approach the 40. So next video stream, not sure when my next stream is going to be yet, but there is a video imminently going to be released, which is a first look at the Glossop line, and also tomorrow I will be releasing a video looking at the guard mode that comes with Glossop, and I'll sure to be releasing more Glossop videos throughout the rest of the week. I've started slowing well before the 40. As we run through Ashbury's here. And we'll continue to run here at 35 or 36. It's always good fun driving the Class 66. Put a little bit more brake on, start slowing us. As soon as we're going downhill, we're picking up a little bit of speed there. Just ease off again. So we'll be coming out towards Manchester Piccadilly now. Any lights on the building here? Have we got plenty of lights on the rest of the buildings? Looking good to our left. Actually, we need to be slowing a little bit more. And in fact, we'll be taking this junction. We'll just run along here at 25 now. Actually, you can see the ground signal there to indicate that we'll be continuing to go over to the left. As I expect our wagons are snaking through those sets of points. And that's the AWS for the double yellow ahead. can see also indicates that we'll be going to platform 14. A bit more brake as we come down to 20. We've got a 323 in the station there. This looks pretty nice actually around Piccadilly here, I have to say. As we come into platform 14. We've got our single yellow, which is to be expected. We'll start to slow. I will acknowledge that. We do need to run up to the end here. Actually, we get to see some freight coming into Piccadilly as well, which is nice. Hauling a rake of rail freight wagon hoppers. Interesting. I'm not sure that's totally true to life. Still with the rail freight livery on it. But okay. We'll go with it. And there we go. That should complete. That's really weird to see those rail freight wagons being hauled on a modern day era run. And oh, we've got some more waiting because, you know, we haven't had enough already. Let's run down here just to see this other 66. As we've got 323 leaving. That's a 6-car unit. And that should conclude our run for the freight. A bronze? How on earth did we get brought iron? The medals are never accurate, it's fair to say. Right, let's jump back into the class 323 for one last time. And this time we'll be running from... we'll run from Piccadilly to Glossop. And we'll put it in tune again, and we'll get that loading. There we go. Let's get things set up. Open those doors. Acknowledge AWS. We should. Headlights are on. Yep, looking good. Got a bit of freight there. That's pretty cool to see. Being hauled by the 66. Randomly with its tail lights on. Oh, just all these little things that we're picking up. It's definitely not perfect. This route, that's for sure. So we've got a couple of 323s in the station here. There we go. Let's acknowledge that. We've got less than a minute and then we can be on our way. Are we ready to go yet? Almost. We can get ready to start shutting the doors any moment. Let's start locking them now. There we go, and we are ready to depart. Plenty of passengers on board by the looks of it. Looks pretty full. As we depart from Manchester Piccadilly, I suspect we probably won't be too far behind that freight train, actually. Can we see where it's gone? Actually, it's heading not down our path. Also, we get to see the Class 158. There it is. You can just see it in the distance there. Very nice. That is such a great train to drive. There's the 25 board, which we'll be heading up to very shortly. There we go, we can head up to 25 now. And we'll ease back. And in fact, we can head up to 35. So let's put that power down. Thanks everyone for dropping in. Hope you had a good evening. We're speeding already, so let's pull that back a little bit. So next stop will be Ashbury's, less than a mile to go. And we're speeding again. Try and do too many things at once. Right, we're cruising at 35. We are permitted now to get up to 40. Ease back, and then once we stop at Ashbury's, the other side of that, we can thunder up to 16 miles an hour. So Ashbury should be coming up very shortly. See the platform just ahead now, so we'll start to brake. We'll see the brakes on this 323 are pretty damn good, so no drama there. And we're still a little bit behind time. Rolled up to stop marker just ahead. You can see it there. There we go. I'll unlock those doors. And away we go. We should hit that 60 very shortly. Actually, we're already in the 60. So that signboard must be just before the station there. So Guide Bridge next, 3.4 miles. got some of the red DB wagons to our left there, and we're nicely getting up to 60, so we ease back on that power. So we've got Guidebridge, Flowery Field, Newton for Hyde, Godley, Hattersley, Broadbottom, Dinting, and then finally Glossop. And of course, as I've mentioned once or twice, sadly I just don't understand why the timetable is certainly split into two for the full run. It really should be just one continuous run from Manchester all the way to Hadfield. There we go, almost rolling at 60. So, Guidebridge, 1.7 miles. We should be pretty good for time, I think. Got a couple of minutes to get there. As we run through another station that we don't stop at. Slightly speed in, let's bring it back. There we go. The other side of Guidebridge is a 40, so keep that in mind. It's a fairly long run between Ashbury's and Guidebridge. Then we hit a bit of a run of stops, and all quite close together. As we pass under this tunnel here with the interesting catenary setup. So we should be. I think I just hit the emergency by accident. That's so frustrating. Right, let's go. I can't believe I put it into emergency there. It's gonna make us behind schedule now. Actually, you can see another 323 sat at Guidebridge. The one redeeming thing is that we've got the 323, which does pick up speed pretty damn quickly, and also the brakes on it are good enough to get me out of trouble. So we're not too far behind schedule. We can make that back up. Good old notch 3 saves the day, and let's open those doors. While we're here, let's have a little look around what we've got at Guidebridge. We've got the RHTT wagons there. We've got some other different wagons here. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good to see that there's a bit of variety. Obviously we've got a 66. I should probably do it in one of the winter months to see if we see some different static scenery along the way. We need to be quite aggressive on the power now. We've got time to make back up. Although we will be going into a 60 shortly. Just ease back a second, make sure the train gets fully through. There we go. Head back up to 60 now. Almost back up running at 60. We've got Flowery Field in 1.2 miles, so not far at all. Let's just ease back on that power. Probably keep it in notch 1 to keep the speed up. Even notch 2 potentially. Pretty nice, you know, running in the class 323. It's always good fun. It's great to see it in that northern livery. It would have been a shame not to see more of the 323. Oh no. We've got Flowery Field here, and I'm going far too fast. Although, I think we might be okay. Saved it. And that's probably helped us pick up a little bit of time. Roll on a little bit to hit our stop marker. There we go. Bring it to a halt. Let's open those doors. There is that 323. You can see the doors opening now. Don't want to be clipped. Can I not clip? Thank you. It's a fence. Wonderful. And we need to be locking those doors already. We really don't stop here for long. And away we go. On to the next station, which is Newton for Hyde. So that's 0.6 of a mile. We really will get there quite quickly. This is the clump of stations that are, you know, quite close together. Actually, now we can continue accelerating. Once we get a little bit closer, we'll start braking. Okay, we should see the platform come into view any moment now as we come around this bend. There it is. So this will be Newton for Hyde. We'll roll on and keep it rolling. Maybe a bit of power. Okay, start to brake. Can we see our stop marker? No. So I think we're going to be towards the end of the platform. We're about 50 seconds behind schedule, but that's no problem. Nice looking entrance. A little bit different with an underpass. Interesting. We need to be locking those doors. And away we go. We're still under 60, so we can stretch the legs of this class Class 323, the max running speed of it is 90 miles an hour. And our next stop, which will be Godley, is already upon us. Start braking a little bit harder now as we get closer to the platform. Let it run. There we go. Nicely does it. We've made up a little bit of time there. So we've got Hattersley next, Broadbottom, Dinting, and then finally Glossop. Already need to be locking those doors. It really is a short stop at these stations. There we go, and away we can go. There goes 40 already, so only 0.7 again, so another station that's close by. As we go through what is an abandoned station. And Hattersley is a little bit of a different station in that it's an island one. An island station, which is something a little bit different. Go, let it run now as we come into Hattersley. We might make up a little bit of time here. There's a 3-car stop mark, but we will end up going past it. Never mind. We've got some random fences in the station, of course. Why not? And we're already locking the doors, ready to go for our next station, which is Broadbottom. We'll wait a couple of seconds before we get going. And away we go. So, Broadbottom is next in just 1 mile. That will soon be upon us, especially the speed of this hyper networker. So Broadbottom just 900 yards, probably wait a little bit longer before we start slowing. Yeah, we can see the station is coming to view now. I think we've had a good explore of the Glossop line. It's been really enjoyable actually to drive in a number of different services. Obviously we've done a couple of services with the 323 now. Obviously a bit of a freight service just before this at the night time, so you got to see what the what night looks like with the on the Glossop line, and of course with the rail tour on the Class 40. So we've really experienced a little bit of everything tonight. So hopefully you've enjoyed this one. If you do, remember to hit that like button and also consider subscribing. It really is appreciated. And we'll get these doors locked. Look at that, beautiful Class 323. Although we've got 20 seconds here, so we'll hang on for just a moment. And a few seconds before we get going. And there we go, away we go. Which is going to be for a 40. Just in a couple of 100 yards, so we should see the speed board in just a moment. And our next stop will be at Dinting Station. Quite unusual in that it's in a V, which you'll get to see when we get there. I like the fact in the timetable there's a few Easter eggs, but that freight run was really peculiar that it held us at Guide Bridge for a good 5 minutes, especially when we had a green signal. So timetable, I think, for me needs a bit of improvement. A bit peculiar. Especially with the split services to from Manchester to Hadfield. I'm not going to keep banging on about it, but it really is frustrating not to be able to do just one run from end to end. In fact, it's split into two separate parts is a bit mad. Okay, we're up to 60. So our next stop is Dinting, just a mile to go. Bit further to go yet. Let's keep the power on. We'll acknowledge that AWS, which is for us to definitely start slowing a little bit harder because we are approaching Dinting Viaduct. And we'll probably see that we've got a red light in just a moment. As we cruise up, there it is. We can see we've got the red against us, and in fact, it's just gone green, indicating that we'll be. And in fact, we were just waiting for that Class 323 to exit from Dinting, I'd imagine, as we go across the viaduct very shortly. Well, that looks pretty cool, actually. Pretty cool scenery here. Let's pop ourselves here so we can watch the 323 go across Dinting Viaduct. That is one loud horn. Must be slow for the 10 mile an hour. There we go. How cool's that? It looks amazing. Just jump back in the cab and now you get to get a good view of Dinting Station itself. We'll be going off to the right towards Glossop, but yeah, the platforms are very much in a V. go, as we come into Dinting, we'll look for our stop marker, which I suspect will be towards the end of the platform here. There you go, you can see the 3-car marker on the left. There we go, unlock those doors. See what is an abandoned platform here. Get to see the livery in all its glory. Good old Northern. We've got a little wait here for a moment. So 25 seconds and then we can head towards Glossop. Get ready to lock these doors. There we go, we'll start locking them now. I've just opened the wrong side, but we'll ignore that. That's what you get for hitting the wrong keyboard button. We'll pretend that never happened. So we've got Glossop next. It's a slow exit out from Dinting, and actually it's starting to rain, so this is dynamic weather working it. God, I can't get my words out. Yeah, dynamic weather doing its thing. We'll best put the wipers on. Actually, we can get up to 25 miles an hour. It's pretty downhill towards Glossop. We should head up to 45 actually very shortly. Here we go, put a bit of power on. And then in just a moment we need to be slowing for the 10. As we enter Glossop Station. Acknowledge that AWS warning. We've got a little further to run before we need to be at 10. There you go, you can see the 10 marker just ahead. And we're down perfectly in time for it. And there is Glossop Station. In the rain, of course. People are starting to put their umbrellas up, rightly so. Okay, you can see us coming into the station. Jump back in the cab, why not? Keep it going a little bit further. And we'll start to brake here. Hopefully should bring us nicely in on our stopping marker. There we go. And let's unlock those doors. And that is the end of the terrible split part timetable. Sadly, it doesn't take us all the way to Hatfield. You have to do a separate part. So hopefully you've enjoyed this stream. If you have, please consider liking and also subscribing. And I'll see you in the next stream very shortly. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye for now.